Hey everybody, my name is Zach. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Suhr Alt T Pro. Now, I have owned this guitar for just a little over 3 years now, and honestly this has been kind of one of my go-to guitars throughout that entire period. I've actually recorded almost 2 full-length albums just solely using this one guitar. I've recorded a couple of singles as well, and basically all of that to just say that this is an incredibly versatile guitar. Now, quick disclaimer, my personal playing style and how I've used this guitar is primarily playing indie rock, alternative rock, playing modern worship music, so ranging from bands like Kings of Leon, Arctic Monkeys, The Killers, all the way to Hillsong, Bethel, which honestly in my opinion I think alternative rock guitar parts and modern worship guitar parts kind of have a lot of similarities. So really I think this guitar is well suited for either, and I know that Suhr kind of markets this guitar specifically more towards the alternative crowd. Now, this is not a sponsored video. This is just a happy customer, just somebody that bought a guitar a little while ago and just somebody that wants to do a review on it. What we will do in today's video is we'll actually break it up into 3 parts. So we'll start by running through the specs. Then from there we'll go in, we'll talk through, or well, I'll show you guys just some tones and how the guitar sounds. And then at the very end I'll go ahead and give you my personal thoughts, what I love, what I hate about this guitar. So let's go ahead, let's get started. Alright, so let's take a look at the specs on this guitar. Now, first and foremost, it's going to be a telly-shaped body, swamp ash. It's going to be semi-hollow or chambered. It's going to have that really classy looking F-hole in there. It's going to have a maple C-shaped neck with a rosewood fretboard, stainless steel frets, and then a nice 9 to 12 inch compound radius. That's really just basically going to make those solos up top a little bit more comfortable. And then with those stainless steel frets, they also pleck the fretboard, which is super nice as well. For the electronics, we have a Thornbucker neck pickup, and then we've actually got a Thornbucker Plus in the bridge, which was a modification done by the previous owner. Same great kind of Thornbucker sound, just a little hotter output. Then from there we've got a really versatile 5-way pickup switch, and then that's basically just going to give you the neck pickup, neck mid parallel, so kind of more like a Strat in that 4 position, just the mid pickup, and then middle bridge parallel, again kind of like that Strat 2 position, and then just the bridge pickup. Alright, now let's go ahead, let's hear how it sounds. Okay, so everything that you just heard was coming straight through my Kemper profiler. And then I've linked all of those performances or those different profiles throughout the clip. So if you have any questions as far as those go, just simply let me know in the comments. But let's go ahead, let's dive into what I love and what I dislike about this guitar. All right, so first and foremost here, really my only dislike with this guitar is just simply going to be the price. This guitar for me personally was a lot more than I typically could afford as far as a guitar goes. So I actually found this used at a local shop for right at $2,000, which is honestly a really good price. This was back when they retailed for about $2,500. Since then they've actually raised their retail price around $2,800, $2,900 I believe. So depending on when you're watching this video, honestly the price may go up. The quality is amazing. But really for me, kind of like I was saying here, I never owned a guitar really anywhere near this price point. I'd owned like an American Strat, which was pretty close, about $1,000 cheaper. But really the quality, the craftsmanship, the attention to detail, everything kind of through and through this guitar honestly makes it worth it. It's definitely a value. It's not something that I feel like you're paying just solely for a name or anything like that. Like I definitely think you get your money's worth out of it. Now, as far as my long list of likes here, probably first and foremost is just simply the sound. So these Thornbucker pickups I think are absolutely incredible. I've owned a ton of guitars throughout my day, a few different humbucker style guitars, but really these Thornbuckers definitely have something kind of magical to them. I actually went and saw Pete Thorn at the shop that I actually bought this guitar from. And he kind of did just a quick little shop demo kind of deal where he talked through these pickups and just kind of his whole goal when he worked with Suhr to design these. And really the idea was to help kind of bridge that gap whenever he'd play live and go from a single coil guitar to a humbucker style guitar. And he always felt like with the humbuckers you were getting so much more power and so much more volume. So really with this guitar, it's still that really wonderful kind of PAF design that we all love, but it's got that really nice warmth. It's got a really nice kind of rounded top end, really present mids, especially with having that chambered body. You get a little bit of that sweetness kind of in the low end as well. So absolutely incredible guitar as far as the sound goes. And then you throw in the fact that it has a 5-way switch, which is really, really cool for a Tele style guitar, where basically that 4 and then that 2 position is a lot like a Strat. So it's not a coil tap, it's not just lowering the volume and then emulating the sound of a single coil pickup. It's actually going down to a single coil pickup and you get that 60 cycle hum, but then you get that really cool kind of quackiness of a Strat or just that really nice clarity that you do get from single coil pickups. So I love it. I've used that before as well, especially live. I think it's really cool, especially for those clean tones. Or just bluesy stuff. I like to listen to a lot of John Mayer, so that's something else that I feel like that does really well as well. Also, like I mentioned earlier, how the bridge pickup actually is the Thornbucker Plus. Basically, I think the whole reason kind of the previous owner did that was just to simply kind of counteract the warmth of the rosewood neck. At least that's kind of what the sales rep told me, but either way, I think it sounds absolutely incredible, especially when kind of pushing over to those solos. It just gives you a little bit more oomph. Now, another huge selling point for me was just the overall looks. I mean, obviously, you guys can see it. It looks absolutely incredible. It's classy. It's got that swamp ash body, and then it's got that three-tone sunburst finish. It's timeless. It looks amazing. It's got that aged nickel hardware on the pickup covers, and it's just one of those guitars that I feel like I'll never get sick of. I love the looks of it. I think that the F-hole is really classy as well. And then you got the rosewood neck, and then kind of that tinted maple, kind of almost like a vintage look to it. So again, just something that I think the guitar just speaks for itself. It doesn't really matter where I'm at or kind of what scene I'm playing in. I feel like it fits every occasion. Now, probably the last thing I'll say here as far as what I love about this guitar would be the neck. I'm kind of a snob when it comes to the necks on guitars. I'll know almost immediately whether I like the guitar or not, simply based off of the neck profile. So really, this was the first thing that I kind of bonded when I picked up the guitar was it felt incredible. So as I mentioned earlier, it's a vintage medium C-shaped neck, so kind of a little fatter of a C profile. And then again, it's got plecked frets, and then it's got rolled edges on it. So even going up and down the neck and everything, like I hate when I'm playing and I can feel the frets. So absolutely feels incredible. Really, really comfortable to play. I mean, for me, at least personally, my hands don't get tired because of the neck, even after playing for hours. So definitely my favorite piece, kind of all in all. Alrighty, y'all. Honestly, I could go on and on as far as this guitar goes, but I think you guys kind of get the gist. So if you do have any more questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. And then while you're at it, please feel free to like this video if it helped you out at all. Dislike it if you didn't. And then please feel free to subscribe, and then that way you guys can get future notifications as well. Thanks so much. Have a great night.